My dad checked the Wi-Fi router logs and asked why I Googled how to disappear completely. So my dad is one of those people who is weirdly into home tech. Like he set up our Wi-Fi router himself and sometimes logs into the admin page just to see what devices are connected and how the network is doing, which I never really thought about until last weekend when he walked into my room holding his phone with a very confused expression on his face. He didn't yell. He just turned the screen toward me and said very calmly, "Why exactly did someone in this house search how to disappear completely at 2:14 in the morning?" My heart basically stopped because that someone was obviously me. The problem is that when you Google one weird thing late at night, it immediately leads to 20 other searches, and apparently the router logs had all of them listed there. Dad just started scrolling while I sat there trying to remember what rabbit hole I had gone down. The first search was how to disappear completely without being found. Then right under it was how long someone could realistically live off the grid, followed by how to legally change your identity in another country, which already sounded incredibly suspicious when read out loud by your own father. Of course, he kept going. The next searches were, can police track you through your phone, and what items should you pack if you plan to disappear overnight? Then he paused on how to cross a border without leaving a digital trail and slowly looked up at me, like I had just revealed some elaborate escape plan. I tried to explain that it wasn't what it looked like, which only made it sound worse, because then he started asking follow-up questions like, why exactly were you researching fake passports, and how long someone could survive in the wilderness with just a backpack? The reality was much less dramatic. The night before, I had fallen into a random YouTube rabbit hole, starting with a documentary about people who disappear and start new lives, which somehow turned into me Googling how any of that would actually work in real life. The worst part was the last few searches, because by around 3 in the morning, my brain had clearly gone full conspiracy mode, and I had also searched things like what mistakes people make when they try to disappear forever. Dad stared at the screen for a moment, then looked at me and asked very seriously, should I be worried about any of this? I showed him my YouTube history, which was basically a bunch of missing persons documentaries, and one video called The People Who Vanished Without a Trace. That's when he finally started laughing and said, next time you research how to disappear forever, maybe don't do it on the Wi-Fi network I pay for. And now every time the internet slows down, he yells from the other room, hey, are you planning your mysterious disappearance again?